Hey everybody, this is the affidavits from John Meyer and Michael Griesbach that were filed on the 10th of May 2022. Michael Griesbach, being first only sworn under oath, states as follows: I wrote 2 books concerning the Stephen Avery saga, not 3. Innocent Killer, True Story of Wrongful Conviction, and Astonishing Aftermath that published the American Bar Association in 2014. His revised edition, its self-published predecessor, Unreasonable Inferences, The True Story of Wrongful Conviction and Astonishing Aftermath, which was published in 2010, 5 years before Making a Murder debut. My second book, Indefensible: The Missing Truth About Stephen Avery, Teresa Halbach, and Making a Murder, which was published by Kingston Books in 2016. After Making a Murder's release, a more recent edition of The Innocent Killer was published by Encore Press in 2020. As stated on page X111, I don't know the Roman numerals for that, but Indefensible of the copyrighted page of The Innocent Killer, wrote books in personal capacity of private citizen, not as a Manitowoc County Assistant District Attorney. With the 3 exceptions noted in paragraph 4, I relied exclusively on publicly available documents to write both books, including the following: police reports from the following law enforcement agencies: the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office, the Manitowoc Police Department, the Two Rivers Police Department, Calumet County Sheriff's Office, the Wisconsin Division of Criminal Investigation Unit, related only to the investigation of Avery's 1995 wrongful conviction, and the Wisconsin Attorney General's final report of the independent review of Avery's 1995 wrongful conviction. Court documents and transcripts from both the 1985 case and the 2005 murder. Appellate briefs of the appellate court decision from the 1985 case. Depositions from the Avery's 2003 wrongful conviction civil rights action. Published news articles in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel and Manitowoc Herald Times Reporter. The transcripts of the Making a Murder. Public entries of the following social media platforms: Reddit, Facebook, Amazon, and Twitter. I did not personally interview anyone for either of my books. My recounting in Chapter 19 of The Innocent Killer of former Manitowoc County District Attorney Dennis Vogel, asking if there was anything on Allen and Avery's file, was based on an unsolicited phone call I received from Vogel. As obvious from its context, my recounting in Chapter 31 of The Innocent Killer of Joe and Tammy's opinions concerning law enforcement's conduct in the murder case came from conversations I witnessed but did not elicit from patrons of a coffee shop near the courthouse. The only non-public information I learned in my research for Indefensible was that Mr. Colborn hadn't watched Making a Murder but had heard about it. Come on now. This information was relayed to me by Brenda Schuler, who assisted me in some of the research for the book. Mr. Colborn has stated the same in response to Netflix interrogatory. My role in the 1985 wrongful conviction case was limited to the following: reviewing the police reports to ensure Avery was innocent after our office received the DNA results, coordinating Avery's release to the Wisconsin Innocence Project, notifying the victim of Avery's impending release, and assisting the district attorney in summarizing the evidence in the wrongful conviction case as a meeting at the Wisconsin Attorney General's office and handing over our file. I played no role in the investigations or prosecution of Stephen Avery for Miss Halbach's murder, other than participating in the drafting of the initial search warrant for the Avery salvage yard. I have no written documentation used in drafting the search warrant, and I have no information about the facts underpinning the warrant other than that was revealed in the Calumet County police reports, Indefensible and Making a Murder itself. I have no information concerning Mr. Colborn's receipt of the 1995 call beyond what is in public domain in my deposition testimony that Mr. Colborn told that then Sheriff Thomas Kasurek about the call was, as stated in the deposition itself, offered an intensive recollection of my understanding of the hearsay information. I declare under penalty of perjury that forwarding true or correct. My question is, after this 1995 phone call, is this why Andrew Colborn was made a sheriff? Because every time he applied to become a sheriff for Manitowoc, He was not given the job. And then he's invited to become a sheriff. Now, this is the affidavit by John F. Mayer, the attorney for Michael Griesbach. I am attorney representing Michael Griesbach in relation to subpoena dated February 9th, 2022, for the production of documents which was served upon him by Netflix Incorporated in relation to the above captioned matter. On March 11th, 2022, I met with counsel for Netflix Incorporated via telephonic conference regarding to the subpoena pursuant to federal and civil laws, statutes, whatever you want to call them. On March 11th, 2022, I met with the counsel for Netflix via telephone conference regarding the subpoena pursuant. During the conference, I explained to Netflix that I was objecting to the request on the basis for a number of reasons, including, but not limited to, that all the requested material is already in the possession and the material is all publicly available, that the request was unnecessarily burdensome. That's why they are seeking it is not discoverable and it is not relevant, and that Mr. Griesbach was entitled to protection under reporter privilege. Yeah. So they're trying to fight turning over all the information that Griesbach used to write his books. It's going to get interesting. Hopefully Judge Lewig sides with Netflix and makes them compel and comply and turn over everything that he has to offer them. So, until there's new filings in this case, which I'm sure it will be in a few days, seeing it's only Wednesday, but probably next week. See y'all next time. Toodles.